I will not vote for the House rules unless this language is changed. They establish an Office of Diversity and Inclusion. This is what the Democrats do. Republicans are back in charge, and we are going to do this right, and we're going to restore this country to traditional family values, and this is how we do it.
One of the great privileges I get to have in running this channel is I get to get an education. Marjorie Taylor Greene is going over their House rules. You know, every time they create a session, they have a new set of rules. Remember the one rule that Matt Gaetz put together that allowed them to vacate the seat with one vote, and that's how he got Kevin McCarthy out with just his one vote. They put together their new rules this time, and Marjorie Taylor Greene actually reads the whole, just a huge ton of corrections they made that I think are really interesting. It shows that the size and power of Donald Trump's win and how we're taking back culture. Welcome to the Doug TenNapel channel. This is where we all hang out, and we're going to learn together. Thanks for watching.
Hey everybody, we just finished voting for Mike Johnson for Speaker of the House, but I want to tell you a quick story of what happened before the Speaker vote. So I found out about our rules package, our rules that we're going to be voting on, and I found out that there was language in the rules that was upsetting to me, and I think upsetting to most of you. So I went to Speaker Johnson and the rest of the leadership, and I said, I will not vote for the House rules unless this language is changed.
So, unlike Thomas Massie, Marjorie Taylor Greene, MTG, was willing to withhold her vote from this on what is so important. So, you're probably wondering, what's the big deal, Marjorie? Why would you withhold your vote? Let's see what she finds truly important. And you tell me if you think this is also truly important.
So I'm going to walk through what it is that had me upset. I said, I will not vote for the rules package. I will withhold my vote. I'll vote no. And here's what it was. So from Nancy Pelosi's 117th Congress, when she was Speaker of the House, it was my freshman year, and I was shocked and mortified that this is what the Democrats did. They established, and here it is in the rules, they establish an Office of Diversity and Inclusion. This is what the Democrats do. And so here's all the language in there, establishing an Office of Diversity and Inclusion, and it talks about all the rules and how the whole thing will be carried out. And then going further, they did something that I think it's absolutely against who we are as human beings, and absolutely 100% against gender. What they did is they included so-called gender inclusive language. And this is where Nancy Pelosi and the Democrats put it in. Starts with clause 1C9 in rule 10, strike seamen and insert seafarers. But that's only the beginning, so it keeps going. It carries on and it strikes chairman to insert chair. See, they're so offended by male and female. The Democrats have spent years now trying to destroy the fact there's only two genders, male and female.
What's weird is this doesn't keep them from using their own language. It just corrects language back to a dictionary definition and recreates culture to what it was. This is what conservatism is about, conserving truths from the past and carrying them into the future. And this is also the consequences of winning an election with such a decisive leadership vote, that we get to change this language in the official documents. That is, before the court, they'll need to use, or before Congress, they'll need to use this kind of language instead of forcing everyone to use the other kind of language. I think it's really good for speech. I think it's good for common sense. I think it reflects the will of the people.
Well, this language goes further, and it's even more offensive. It goes on to strike father, mother, son, daughter, brother, sister, uncle, aunt, first cousin, nephew, niece, husband, wife, father-in-law, mother-in-law, son-in-law, daughter-in-law, brother-in-law, sister-in-law, stepfather, stepmother, stepson, stepdaughter, stepbrother, stepsister, half-brother, half-sister, grandson, or granddaughter, and inserts parent, child, sibling, parent, sibling, first cousin, sibling's child, spouse, parent-in-law, child-in-law, sibling-in-law, step-parent, stepchild, step-sibling, half-sibling, or grandchild. Because Democrats want to completely destroy the fact that God made us in his image, male and female. He made us. And no matter what kind of language the Democrats write, they cannot destroy that. And now that we are in control of the House, we are voting on new rules.
And it is true that you can change the language all you want, but you can't change biological fact. I totally agree with Marjorie there. I think it's great, though, that they change the rules to align their policy with fact.
And so my demand to Speaker Johnson and to the rest of the leadership is I said, I'm not voting for your rules, and I'll be very public about it. I will tell the entire country that we have to fix this until it's changed. Very excited to let you know. The language has been changed, and I had some other members help. Diana Harshberger helped me, Dusty Johnson helped me, Brian Stiles helped me, and the Speaker's office and staff helped me. So here's the new language in the rules. Striking the Office of Diversity and Inclusion. Strike in Rule 2, strike Clause 9, and redesignate the succeeding clause accordingly. So that means we are completely wiping out Nancy Pelosi and the Democrats' Diversity and Inclusion Office.
So that was Nancy Pelosi inserting her California, San Francisco values, pumping them into our national document, and then forcing it upon all of our members. Marjorie Taylor Greene is from Georgia. Maybe they don't want to use that language of San Francisco. And Nancy Pelosi foisted on them and forced it on them in a fever dream. And they had leadership going for so long that we could have changed these rules before, last time. But they didn't think about it till this time. And that's because this time they got a new cultural mandate from Donald Trump and from their leadership in general to start scrubbing this political correct language out of our documents, even to a point they're wiping out the diversity, equity, and inclusion, that whole thing that was started by Nancy Pelosi.
Here's some more of it. Conforming amendments, strike the Office of Diversity and Inclusion, strike Inspector General, Office of Diversity and Inclusion, and insert Inspector General. Now, here's what else is extremely important. You see, we're the family. We're the party of family. We believe in family. We believe in mother, father, sister, brother, all these family names. And shame on Nancy Pelosi and the Democrats for ever taking that out. Think about it. Nancy Pelosi herself is a woman. She is a wife. She is a mother. She is a grandmother, and so on.
The most interesting thing about that is that Marjorie Taylor Greene is actually protecting Nancy Pelosi's identity as a wife, as a mother. I think that's amazing. See, even the liberals will do well under the conservatives, helping them protect their own identity and the truth to keep them from making those kinds of mistakes. It doesn't mean that people can't personally have their own language in their own mind, which I think, the truth happens whether if words correlate with the truth or not. The facts are still there. So they're just realigning the language with the facts that are reality.
We are striking the Democrats' language. We're striking their gender-inclusive language. We're striking parent, child, sibling, parent, sibling, first cousin, siblings, child, spouse, parent-in-law, child-in-law, sibling-in-law, step-parent, stepchild, step-sibling, half-sibling or grandchild, and we're inserting back in the rules of our house. We're putting the proper names back in. Father, mother, son, daughter, brother, sister, uncle, aunt, first cousin, nephew, niece, husband, wife, father-in-law, mother-in-law, son-in-law, daughter-in-law, brother-in-law, sister-in-law, stepfather, stepmother, stepson, stepdaughter, stepbrother, stepsister, half-brother, half-sister, grandson, or granddaughter, and in clause 15D2, strike parent, child, sibling, spouse, or parent-in-law, and insert father, mother, son, daughter, brother, sister, husband, wife, father-in-law, or mother-in-law.
I know it probably seems exhaustive and granular, the level of detail. If they don't write it out, it will not happen. And the progressivism, liberalism, really has wrecked us over the last 125 years because of philosophers like Foucault, Wittgenstein, Sartre, who went after words and language and attacked them, basically because they don't believe any words have a fixed meaning, which is why they believe that the Constitution is living, breathing. They don't believe that those words can have a fixed meaning with anything into the past. So they believe they have the right to go in and change it because words are fungible.
Look, Republicans are back in charge, and we are going to do this right, and we're going to restore this country to traditional family values, and this is how we do it, in the absolute language that we vote on the House floor. So I didn't withhold my vote from Mike Johnson today for Speaker, but I did threaten to withhold my vote for the rules until this was changed, and I'm very happy to say it got changed.
Great to see Marjorie Taylor Greene take a stand. If you agree with this stand, let us know in the comments below. I just think she's a real, a great fighter to have on our side up there. I'm very proud of her. I think she represents Georgia very well, her area in Georgia very well. And I'm very proud to have her up there. And we need more strong, outspoken voices like her, including all of us. If you like this video, there's another one. I'm Doug in Exile. Woo!